Hello and welcome to Defcon. I am Matt, and today's video is going to be a little interesting because I decided most of my content is just like me driving around traveling. But since I'm at Defcon, I thought I would hit up some of the different villages and do like little quick videos just to kind of give y'all some of an idea of what goes on at Defcon. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with what Defcon is, let me tell you what it is. It's a multi-day conference that focuses on cybersecurity and other technologies and hacking. Now, it usually follows right after Black Hat, which is a little bit more corporate, whereas Defcon is filled with different villages or different subsets of cybersecurity. And then you also have different talks, workshops, and CTFs, or capture the flags, basically events and more hands-on stuff. It is definitely a fun environment to be part of, but also more importantly, you get to see more of the community aspect. They are really emphasizing helping others and getting to kind of explore and see what's going on. But I will definitely say that there is so much to take in. If you've never been to Defcon before, just keep in mind, there's a lot to take in. Here's just an example of some of the villages that they have here at Defcon.
Defcon is awesome. If you've never been to Defcon before, it's the biggest collection of hackers on the planet. Every year we come together, there's a bunch of talks, there's a bunch of contests. That's when I'm working here. There's at least 30 or 40 minimum different contests. Everybody's here learning, exchanging ideas, and really getting a bigger foundational understanding of cybersecurity so that you can take that back to organizations, just really all learning together, and rising tide raises all ships. So hope I see you next year.
And Jake, a question for you. So for somebody that, doesn't really have that much of a technical background, what is the single biggest thing that you wish the general public or non-technical individuals would have more awareness or more knowledge about, and why would they maybe want to attend Defcon for the first time for future cons?
Yeah, I think for lay people, the thing they don't understand, I think, as much is probably social engineering and how much, how easy it is for anybody to fall victim to social engineering. In fact, we actually have a social engineering village going on, or social engineering contest going on throughout the con, where folks are learning how to both do that and how to defend their employees against it. So, it's not all about attack informs defense.
Awesome. Well, Jake, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Rachel with IoT Village here at Defcon 33. This year is the 10th anniversary of IoT Village, and we have something for everybody, from your beginners all the way up to your seasoned professionals. For those of you that don't know, IoT Village is the Internet of Things Village, and we were created 10 years ago as a way to give back to the hacker community and educate people, both B2B and B2C, on the importance of securing your internet-connected devices. So here you can hack into routers. We have a dishwasher here this year, cameras, light bulbs, all different kinds of things that you can attack or play with. We have guided activities or self-guided activities. And the goal is to really teach you and everyone around you about why you need to do your research and protect these devices, and maybe don't just buy the first thing you see on the shelf. It might be vulnerable. So that's us, that's who we are, and we hope to see you at Defcon or any of our other events. You can go to iotvillage.org to see where we'll be next.
Rachel, the other thing is, what is the single biggest bit of information or takeaway that you want the general public to know, that you wish to goodness that more people would have more awareness about, where it relates to IoT security?
Yeah, with your IoT security, our biggest recommendation is that people need to build security in, not build security on. So people, when the devices are being built, they really need to get those assessments and test those devices before they put them out to the consumers to make sure that the devices are safe.
And what's something that the average home user could use, or the average consumer can do to protect themselves with connected devices, or best practices?
Yeah, so we are really big proponents of two-factor authentication, Making sure you have a secure password that you're not sharing with other people, and doing your research. You really need to do your research before you buy a device. You don't need to get super technical with your research, but coming to IoT Village or different cybersecurity events, staying up to date on the latest trends and hacks going on, can really help protect you and others from becoming attacked.
Hello, I'm Vincent with the Payment Village. We started the Payment Village at Defcon to teach people about payments, which are a part of our lives that we don't think too much about. The complexity of payments makes it a really interesting problem space, and understanding how fraudsters take advantage of that complexity is something that we hope to educate the general public about, as well as our security professionals.
So the other thing is, what is one thing you wish the general public would have more awareness or more knowledge about, and what is something that your group is trying to raise that awareness about?
I think just how these systems work and where fraudsters see value, I think harms both professionals and just like normal consumers understanding these things.
Awesome. And is there anything in particular that the average person can do to better protect themselves against potential fraud or vulnerabilities that we see in contactless payments or even digital payments?
If there's like one weird trick I'd use as like a normal consumer is don't use your debit card. Try and take advantage of like wallets like Google Pay and Apple Pay whenever you can, because those will obscure the really sensitive information.
So Wasabi, I guess my big question is for students or people that have never been to a DEF CON, or they're just getting started in their education in like IT or cybersecurity, or even just general public, what is the one thing you think the average person should know about the importance of what you guys are trying to teach about here at the RF Village?
Probably you don't know how vulnerable the things are that are around you. Whether it's how you implemented your Wi-Fi, or how your IoT things are connected, and maybe the communications that are set up, or maybe not keep your key fobs too close to your front door to where somebody can read that signal and unlock your car doors. It's all kinds of different, it's all real practical, real world things. So it's just making them aware of all the things that are around you that are vulnerable in different kinds of ways.
Awesome. Well, Wasabi, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Hello, so I'm Bobby. I'm with the Cybersecurity Village, and what we do is basically, if you guys have probably heard of lockpicking, we do everything except for that when it comes to getting into physical premises. So what we've got going on within our village is we have electronic displays over here. So for example, your friend buzzes you into their building. Well, those boxes very commonly have a handful of keys that can be used to open them, and inside is just terminals you can jumper to unlock it the same way as they buzz you in. We've got some rows here that have traditional physical bypasses. So the most common one you probably might have heard is you take your credit card, you shove it into the door gap, and it opens. So we have that, as well as a lot more complicated ones using various different mechanisms. But at the end of the day, most of them you can literally just bend a coat hanger to do. We've got a car door that you can slim jim into, learn how that works. We have handcuffs, we can show you how to get out of those with a bobby pin. Some different RFID hacking stuff. And so you may be thinking, why are we teaching people how to break into places? Is that not bad knowledge to be spreading around? And the answer is that with most things, including physical security, security by obscurity does not work. So the criminals know how to do these things. If you do not know how to do them, it means that you can't recognize what's vulnerable to those issues. And that means that ultimately you're going to likely have a less secure house, facility, and so on. So basically what we want to do here is just teach people how all of these exploits work so that they can go out into the real world and say, oh, I could do that here. That means this isn't secure. That means we need to implement these measures to secure our facility.
My name is Jay Radcliffe, and I'm here at the Biohacking Village. I'm the director of the Biohacking Device Lab, So all we do is bring in medical device manufacturers, and they bring their equipment, whether it's an insulin pump, something that's in a laboratory, something that's in a surgical center, and we try and break into it. We try and get the community to hack into it. And what we do through that is try and make these devices safer. These devices help keep people alive, help keep maybe even animals alive, our children, our loved ones alive, and we want to make sure they're safe to use on networks and connected devices. So I am actually a type 1 diabetic and I wear a connected device. So I'm constantly worried about making sure that those devices are safe and secure for not only myself, but for all patients that have a device like that. And this is one of those areas where we get the community together and many minds make great work, and that's what the point of the village is.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Bryson Board. I am the co-founder of the ICS Village. We are a nonprofit that I co-founded with Tom Van Norman. ICS is Industrial Control System. What's an industrial control system? Well, you like water, you like electricity. Those are specialized devices that are underpinning that technology that enables you to have that in your community. So our nonprofit's mission is we do education awareness of critical infrastructure security. If you ever want to learn how this stuff works, come find us at Defcon. We do conferences around the country. And we also have a podcast in plain English called Hack the Plant, so we can get you started to help you out on your journey.
The other question that I would have is for the average person that is maybe not in IT, what is the single biggest thing you would want the general public to know what your group is trying to raise awareness about for their day-to-day lives?
Yeah, so Colonial Pipeline kind of solved that for everybody. It turns out in a hydrocarbon-based economy, it's called gas. When that stuff goes out, citizens notice and citizens care. And so the way I describe it is that moment for the country, ransomware became a kitchen word. And a kitchen word is the kind of thing you could sit around a table with grandmother and she gets it. Grandma knows what ransomware is. Now the question is, what can we as a community do about it? And that's the kind of work that our nonprofit is trying to push to help.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Steven and I'm from the Lockpicking Village. And what we do here is we educate people on locks, how they work, why they work, and the different methods to do lock bypass. Now the reason that we're important, especially to new people, is because we try to teach people about the quality of locks. We try to teach people about why everything works. Why does your front door work? Why does your deadbolt work? Why does the door in your hotel room work? And we want to teach you about quality locks, non-quality locks. We want to teach you about something called lock sport, which is rapid fire trying to open different locks, open different handcuffs, and all sorts of locks from around the world. We've been doing this at Defcon for many years now. We're one of, I would say, the most popular villages. We put out all sorts of great tools for people to play with. We have all sorts of wonderful, kind staff members that are happy to teach anybody anything, and we do some wonderful presentations on locks from all around the world, as well as just basic beginner talks for anybody who's never been here before. If you've never been here before, I highly recommend you come see us. We absolutely love all of the new people, and we will treat you with the utmost kindness and respect.
Awesome.
Hey, this is Tivo. We're at Embedded Systems Village, DEFCON 33. Embedded Systems Village tries to teach attendees about the intersection between hardware and software and some of the vulnerabilities that can be attacked by looking at devices from that depth. So the things that we have going on here behind me is our Capture the Flag event. We have a network of a whole bunch of vulnerable devices and different challenges that we've built that they're trying to attack and get the flags for. If you're new to this space, you've never done anything before, we have a series of labs that will either guide you through on the software side in terms of firmware, attacking that, or on the hardware side, attacking a router board and getting access to a UART console. We also partner with Raspberry Pi. We're doing some secure compute modules and microcontroller demonstrations. Hex trees, we're doing some glitching labs where you apply different power levels to try to get the chips into a malfunctioning state and get some additional access from that. In the back corner, we have some friends from Fujo that are doing a Matter demonstration and showing you how you can control devices over Matter. And we have another demonstration with Ludus Labs showing how you can virtualize and create a platform of machines you can attack that embedded device from.
So I guess my question is, for somebody that maybe doesn't have a really substantial technical background, why is it important for people that are attending DEF CON for the first time to kind of know about these vulnerabilities, or what do you want them to take away from some of these workshops from an education standpoint?
Embedded systems are all around us, from the smart devices that we wear in our watch or have in our pockets, to things in our home, to things in the factories, and medical devices. It crosses all different fields. So understanding how you can look at those devices and take them apart and do research on those devices is important to improving the security of those devices so that we're all more secure.
Awesome.
Here is the culmination of a 2-year competition where 7 finalists were able to produce cyber reasoning systems, which are cloud applications that are meant to find and, more importantly, patch software all the way at the developer level to help secure source code before it goes onto any device or into any production, and to help improve the hygiene of cybersecurity everywhere. So in support of that, we put on this competition where we gathered millions of dollars in production, but also in the prize money, with the first place winners winning $4 million, second place winning $3 million, and third place winning $1.5 million. Now, in order for this to be integrated into the development pipeline all around the world, really, we actually wanted to lower the bar for adoption. And in order to do that, the CRSs that were produced by the finalists, all of them will be open source. At the moment of recording, 4 of them are available. Over the next 2 weeks, the other 3 will be made available. That's so from a practitioner standpoint, they can easily pull these solutions and integrate them into their software development pipeline with minimal tweaking to help secure their code. From a research perspective, we're also going to be providing the competition infrastructure, the CRSs that were competing, the telemetry of all the game data that happened, the challenge repositories with synthetic vulnerabilities that were injected to try this. And this will help any academic research that wants to see how, what was the train new models on a more representative data set for real world vulnerabilities, but also maybe what were the tokens that were used, what were the prompts that were used for the LLMs to make the CRS so effective. So if you want to join, feel free to come to AICyberChallenge.com and take a look at the CRSs. We have links there, we have some educational videos, and that's where we'll be hosting a bunch of the artifacts, and we'll have a bunch of graphics so you can read about and learn better and come join it and help make the world a safer cybersecurity place.
Now, another question that I have is, what type of takeaways do you want somebody with a non-technical background to either take away from the research you did? Like, what is that going to do to improve their lives? Or what is a misconception that you think the general public has about AI and all the research that you've dedicated quite some time, a portion of your life and career to? What is something that you just want a non-technical person to kind of know about, and why this is important?
So between semifinals, which happened last year at Defcon and this year's at Defcon, the abilities of LLMs, the frontier foundation models, they have gained in abilities to both find and fix and provide patches. And so the reason why, as DARPA, we wanted to actually bring that capability to secure the critical infrastructure of our nation. And at the fundamental level, all of the devices that are running on all of the devices running in all the infrastructure is all running with code. And so that's why it's imperative that we have to actually secure the code all the way at the source code level, the developer level. And so that's why DARPA wanted to move the analysis and security as far left as possible. And so if this will help, hopefully, secure everything from here on out. And we're working with both government and private partners in product development to kind of help them to hopefully make the world that you will be inheriting a much more safe world from a cybersecurity perspective.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, dude.
Okay, hello, I'm Alan, I'm part of La Villa. We're a community focused on Spanish and Portuguese speakers that we want to give them a floor here at Defcon so they can present so we can give them a first space to present all the knowledge that they have in cybersecurity. But at the same time, we want non-Spanish speakers to have the opportunity to understand that there is more knowledge outside of English speaking, right? So that's why all the conferences that we have are live translated. So the Spanish speakers or Portuguese speakers, they come here and know and can get the knowledge from other parts of the world, right? Also, we want for people from Latin America feel that this is a space that they belong here at DEFCON, because DEFCON at the end is for the community and the community.
Awesome.
Hola, soy Alan, aquí estoy como parte de la villa. Realmente somos una villa enfocada en hispanohablantes que hablan español o portugués, para que tengan una oportunidad aquí en Defcon de poder mostrar su conocimiento. La idea también es que para personas que no hablan español o portugués puedan entender que hay más conocimiento fuera del inglés, y por eso tenemos todas las pláticas traducidas al inglés y en español. La idea es que todo hispanohablante o portugués que llegue a Defcon sienta que esto es parte de su comunidad también, porque esto es para la comunidad y de la comunidad.